everybody. I'm Mike Cornell, founder of Boston Making a Difference, here with you today on another episode of BMAD Spotlight. Today we have a couple young ladies with us. They're instructors for Chijon and yoga, and they're going to tell us some of the benefits that it has for us during these stressful times. Susan Andrea and Patti Gage are with us. Welcome to BMAD Spotlight, ladies.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you,
Great
Mike.
to be here.
It's wonderful to be here.
We had some technical difficulties getting started today, but we won't go into that. We're going to just jump right into the interview and talk to these ladies about how they're helping folks during these stressful pandemic times. We'll start with Patty. Patty, tell us a little bit about Qigong.
Qigong. It's actually two words if you want to split it up. Qi, meaning energy, and it's the energy that animates all, and Gong, the G-O-N-G, that is the work, the cultivation. So it's an ancient Chinese practice, and it's sometimes called moving meditation. It's a way to calm the mind, quiet the body, and we bring the body and the mind together with the breath. So it's been very, very helpful during this COVID time where people were sheltering, becoming anxious, just, pent up, that cabin fever thing, and just worry and concern. So there are ways we can move the body, slow, rhythmic movement, connected with the breath, that helps us go from stress to relaxation. So just a couple of quick things is we move through the body with meridians, along meridian lines, and there's yin and yang channels. Yin channels run up the inside of the arms and legs, up the front of the body, and then the yang channels run down the back of the body, down the backs of the arms, the backs of the legs. So we work along these meridians. The movements help to move the energy out. But the first thing we do is we connect to the frequency of the earth. So we connect with the earth energy below, which we bring nourishing, grounding earth energy up. And then we connect to the energy of the sky, bringing energy down from the sun, the moon, the stars. So we're the conduit between the earth and the stars, and we bring this energy in. It's believed that this is the beginning of Chinese medicine. And the philosophy is if there's blocked, stagnant, or excess qi, then pain and illness will follow. So a doctor of Chinese medicine would treat you holistically. And Qigong has categories under their subcategories. So the movement is one, to help quiet the mind, relax the body. So we work through the body to relax and release the tension, the tightness, and the stress that we accumulate in the tissues of the body. So that's what causes the blockages. So for me, I was introduced to it when I was suffering from severe pain. I had a neck fusion, I had a scoliosis, C-section in the middle of my back, I had herniated lower vertebrae. I was just a mess, and I was only in my 40s. And I couldn't take painkillers, they upset my stomach. So someone introduced me to first yoga, which I did for quite a while. And then I learned about Qigong, and for me, that was a better avenue for me. I am able to do everything, and it brought such strength and flexibility to my body, and yet eliminated all the pain in my body. It was like a miracle. So I decided to become an instructor and teach other people about this. So one of the things we've been doing also during this pandemic is opening up the lungs. So I'm going to just have you put your fingers together with your thumb. And if you bend your elbows and tap right here, you're going to find your lung points, lung 1 and lung 2. Along these meridians, we have acupressure points. That just means a more concentrated area of energy. So these meridians are like rivers of energy that run through the body. And if you can picture a river, sometimes a boulder is thrown into the middle of the river and sticks gather, and you can imagine a blocked area. Well, that's what happens with our rivers of energy. So if you just lightly tap the lung points, take a deep breath, we begin to connect to our lung qi. So each of the organs has its own qi. So take a deep breath. So this is, I've found, been very helpful to help people breathe correctly again. So we want to breathe from the belly, then breathe from the midriff, and then open the chest. So let's take the hands and just crisscross. And we're going to find this lung point more directly. We follow the collarbone out, we find the connection between the shoulder and the collarbone, then we drop down 2 inches, and we can just massage this point. Sometimes it's tender, because what's going on now is causing people to worry. They're anxious, they're fearful. Those are the kind of emotions that can cause issues in our tissues, can cause a blockage. So we begin by first breathing and relaxing. So if this is tender, we just gradually massage the point till it no longer feels tender to the touch. We can bring the other hand across, do the other side. So we crisscross the hands, take a deep breath, and exhale with a big sigh. That's the body's natural way to release stress, tension, tightness. So use your breath. And this is also a point where we can build our immune system. So there's so many benefits to Qigong, but one of the most powerful is how we can boost our immune system. We can take care of aches and pains. It can lower your blood pressure. So keep breathing deeply as you relax. There's an acupressure point in the end of the middle finger. So this connection of putting the middle finger up to the lung point, we're bringing the heart and lung meridian together. So this also feels like a nice big hug. We're not getting so much of those these days either. So that feels pretty good. So I tell people to check in first thing in the morning, because if you've had a difficult couple of days, or, you know, you heard a story on the news, a story on the news, not so good, it can cause this blocked energy. So take a deep breath and just inhale and exhale it out. So another thing we want to do is to turn around and go behind the back and just tap the kidneys. Because in Chinese medicine, they believe that emotions get stuck in our organs. And for the kidneys, it's fear that interferes. So you can just do a light tapping or a light rubbing. And then anything that you might be fearful of may come up. You may become aware of it, because we can begin to move through the body with awareness and mindfulness. So I've been having people do this nice kidney massage to open up the energy of the kidneys. And the kidneys take care of all the fluids in the body. So it's just a nice little massage you can do on yourself and to take care of this fear. And then back to the lungs again, because sometimes grief and sadness get stuck in the lungs and it affects the heart energy. So those are 2 of the most powerful I've been using. And I don't know how much time you'd like me to go on, but I can go on for hours.
Well, we should give Susan a chance to talk with us a little bit here. So, Susan,
thank you.
Yes.
why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do with Qigong? I want to say Chijon Qigong.
But it's Qigong.
Tell us a little bit about what you do with Qigong and yoga to help folks.
So yoga is the union of breath with movement, very similar to the Qigong. And we use it a lot to, calm the mind down. So we have 8-limb path. It's included with meditation, watching our language, and moving from our body and out. So we use the breath with that. So during these times of anxiety and fearfulness and chaos with this COVID epidemic, I'm a nurse practitioner, so I use this a lot in my office too. We use a lot of breath to calm the mind down, and then we'll do some movement. And there's been multiple programs on the internet using virtual and Zoom so that people can maintain their practice, because the yoga studios being closed during this time, and now they're opening up. So just doing movements that allow your body to stretch. So taking in a breath and dropping the chin to the chest helps loosen up the neck muscles, and then staying there for a few breaths, using the shoulders to come up towards the ears with the in-breath and rolling them back to allow the shoulders to relax. Any of our poses where we extend the arms up to open up that heart and lung meridian, and just doing side bends with the breath. We can do yoga on the chair and on the mat. I teach a lot of senior classes. It's incredibly helpful to keep them moving, the wrists moving and opening up of the fingers, and just moving the shoulders side to side along with the chin. So it's all about the actual movement of the breath through the body. And we also use chakras and colors and sound and mantras, and we can hold our fingers in different poses. We may add those to different classes. The beginner classes are very simple, just about the breath and movement. And as the participant and the student moves on, we add a lot more to that, just so they get that connection with their body. And it's quite powerful. There's many different types of yoga. The traditional is more of the stretching and strengthening of the lower body. And there's many different types of yoga. It could be yin or restorative, beginner, or chair or mat. And they're quite helpful. We tell people to seek out something that might fit their body type and their age. And just because they may have a hip replacement doesn't mean they can't participate. They could start with a chair class. But during this time of staying at home, whether it's on the cable network, which myself and another girl just started doing yesterday in our local town in East Bridgewater, we'll be offering classes virtually, as well as outside in the open with 6 feet distancing, in chairs and on the mats. So it's quite helpful, another modality to help our mind.
Yeah, that's great. So how can people get involved? What can they do to get involved in doing this if they want to work with you, Patty? What do people do if they want to, say, I want to do Qigong, Qigong with Patti Gage? How do we get in touch with Patti Gage?
They could send me an email, and I'll give you the email address that I would like them to use, and it's vital, VITAL, inner Qi, so INNERQI @gmail.com. Right now I'm offering it free for a little bit. I just feel that this is my way to help people move through this pandemic. So
That's
if
really
someone's
nice of you.
new, I would love to have them come on and join. Usually I teach Wednesday and Friday morning at 10:30. But if I have a new group, I'd actually start another one because I have over 60 people joining me for those mornings. If I have a new class, a new bunch of people joining, I think I would start something new. So they could just email me, and I will send out a Zoom invite that they could then just click on and join me. And they can begin to learn about Qigong, which is the most healing and therapeutic movement you could do. It's good for all ages and any skill level. You can start sitting in a chair, just doing something as simple as what I just did.
So I don't need parental permission or anything.
You don't need parental permission. So again, that would be vitalinnerqi@gmail.com.
Great. Now, Susan, why don't you tell us how we can get a hold of you if we want to work with you on either Qigong or yoga?
Well, we're starting our classes at Massasoit Community College on Fridays in September. It will be virtual, so you can sign up as a senior, anyone over the age of 50, and it's for a very small nominal fee, and it's through the Lifelong Learning Center over at the Massasoit Community College. We're starting back up with the Council on Aging and the local Council on Aging next Thursday, actually, but we're doing the cable shows first, just to get people back involved and get them back so they know that we're starting these back up again. And with these senior programs, we offer mat as well as chair because some of our seniors are able to get down onto the mat. So we give them the option of whatever they'd like. And we integrate some Qigong movements into those programs because we did have a single Qigong class, and we're hoping to start that back up at Massasoit if there's more interest. But yes, from Massasoit Community College, starting up in September, you can go right on their website, and the Council on Aging's in your local town, East Bridgewater and Brockton, are starting up. You can just go right over to either call them or go onto their website to sign up.
That's excellent. Now, any other bits of information you want to share with us about, stress relief? If you're a tech support person, say, and they had a rough time on a call trying to get things working with the computer, any, tips for what people can do quickly at work to relieve some stress?
Just close your eyes. Close your eyes and tune into your breath and start to slow the breath down. Just placing your hands on the top thighs, closing your eyes, and starting to breathe in through your nose, and maybe count to 4 to go in, and then count to 4 when you pause, and count to 4 when you come up. That's a beginner. And it's just about quieting the mind down, because our mind can give us so much anxiety, ruminating thoughts, and we just get very stressed, and we start to sweat and palpate with our heart. So quieting the mind, but with breath, is one of the best and fastest things, because you're portable.
Excellent. Patty, any other suggestions for folks?
And for me, right away, I would start to smile. Then I would bring my hands up the front of the body, breathing in deeply, pulling it up your center, and then push it away. So we tend to gather other people's energy sometimes. We don't want to bring on their problems. So immediately you can shift your energy just by moving your arms up, breathing, and exhale with a big sigh. So breathe in deeply, come up the center line of the body, and then just go, big ha.
That's great.
See how much better you feel already. And there's a part 2 to that. Now you want to refill, so you opened and made space. You want to refill with the healing energy from the above and bring it down the center line of the body to ground yourself and center yourself when someone shakes you off your core. All right, so just bring it in and then hold the lower belly, because that's where we hold on to our energy that we cultivate in Qigong. So that can work very, very quickly. I suggest that quite a bit with the breath. Again, breath is the key. Exhale deeply to release. Don't hold on to other people's stuff. So that works very fast.
Get rid of other people's stuff. I wholeheartedly go along with that one. I have enough of my own stuff. I don't need
That's right.
stuff.
Don't let them rent space in your mind. Yeah.
That's great. So ladies, I thank you so much. This is an important thing for people, has impact on your life. If you could relieve stress and feel better through these, pandemic stressful times, that's an important thing for people. So you're doing, something good. You're making a difference in people's lives, and that's awesome. So I appreciate both of you ladies for being here today. And this has been another edition of BMAD Spotlight. Keep your eyes open for the next one. Thanks again, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you.
All righty. Well, that was fun.